Welcome back to the online education. Today we're going to walk through a flexibility routine, which can be used as a very great flexibility training or maintenance, as well as a very great cooling down after a movement or dance practice. All right, here we go. So we're starting with the shoulders. We're grabbing the right arm just be a little bit behind the elbow with the other arm, and from that position we're pulling basically the arm over the opposite shoulder, like here. During passive stretching, like we're doing in this routine, always try to focus on your breathing throughout the nose. Every time you breathe out, you try to come just a tiny bit further into your stretch. Over here, we are going to stretch the triceps. We're grabbing the right elbow from above with the other arm, with the other hand, and then pushing it slightly down, feeling a slight tension. Switch. Arm comes from the side, overhead. Um, The left arm is just hanging a bit behind the head, and the other hand is leaning on the hip. And then we're bending as much as we can to the side, to the right case, um, to the right side in this case. Then we switch. Both arms totally extended overhead. Then we're dropping the upper body. Try to keep your legs as much extended as possible. Then you grab your ankles, and from that grip, you try to pull your upper body as much as you can towards your legs. Hold there for a moment. Then we do a big side step to the side and making a squat movement towards the right leg. Other leg is totally extended and your toe is pointing upwards. Then we are turning 90 degrees, shifting the body weight of the upper body. Slightly different on the hip and the leg. The leg which is behind, also try to extend it as much as possible throughout pushing your heel to the ground as much as you can. Then we do the same thing to the other leg, pointing the toes up. Turning 90 degrees as well. Now we're putting the right leg in front of us, and the toes coming to the ground. Knee is dropping down, and then we are bringing the upper body over it. And then we extend the arms as much as we can in front of us. And then try to hold on the tension in this position. We do that as well with the other leg on the other side. Remember to focus on your breathing, as I said at the beginning of the routine. Every time you breathe out, you try just to either relax or come a tiny bit further into your positions. Wrists also very important. We're making small tiny steps forward. The palms are switched, as you can see over here, and fingers pointing towards yourself. Keep your arms extended as much as possible and feel a slight tension on your wrist. Then we turn the hands and the palms from the inside to the outside. Try to rotate as much as possible, and then you hold the slight tension on the wrist over there on the ground. Going to the tower stretch, rolling backwards, bringing the legs overhead, the feet behind you as much as you can backwards, and try to touch the ground if that's possible for you. You can bring a bit more balance and stableness for yourself to keep your hands on your lower back. Then we go to a bridge. Try to walk as much as you can with your hands towards your feet. Keep your heels flat on the ground if possible. At the biggest range of motion, try to hold it for yourself. Make sure you keep or try to keep your arms as much extended as possible and focus on your breathing. Going to some splits. Yes, try to come as far as you can in this range of motion. Keep your hands overhead if that's possible for you. Otherwise, you can um, support yourself with your hands on the sides, of course. But try to relax as much as you can in these positions, in the uncomfortness. Um, Trying to slightly come through these barriers and also discover your barriers. Side splits, middle split. First, support yourself with your hands, bringing it as much as you can. Then you come to the ground. You bring your hands in front of you as far as you can. From that point, you try to crawl steps, little steps with your fingers to the front. Try to do this like for 10 to 15 little steps, and then you relax for a moment. Keeping the knees on the ground. Then you try to lay down in like this position. Bring your arms behind you and try to relax in this position. Now with the right hand, we grab the left ear and then we're pulling slightly the head towards the right, stretching the neck holding there for a moment. Doing the other side, grabbing with the left hand the right ear, pulling towards the left. Try to feel that slight tension in your neck again. Now with both hands, we grab the head from behind. We're looking downwards, and from that position, you push your head slightly downwards. Now with the point and middle finger, you grab your forehead on top, looking upwards, and from there you push your head slightly downwards as well. Sun salutation for the lower back. To finish it up, look as much as you can upwards and hold there for in between 10 and 15 seconds. Thank you for watching today. I hope you could cool down and start getting a bit more flexible after doing this for quite a long time. Of course, after one routine, you're not going to see any differences, but if you keep going, doing this on a daily basis, you're not going to see results in days, maybe slight results in weeks, in months, and in years. Yeah, you're going to see big differences. It's all about consistency, guys. And this is also very important to relax the muscles and the joints where we put so much pressure on during all these movement and dance practices. Very important. More about this importance is in another lecture of mine from the functional movement pyramid. So if you haven't been checking that out, I would really recommend to do that, so you get a bigger picture about conditioning work. Thank you. Keep on going like this, and see you at the next class.